If I manscaped down there, I'd look like a bald whatever, and then everything else is hairy. It'd be like a really weird bear.
Kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of your general and your cards or how you got them. As the telling signs of games rain down, a single tear is dropping from the games we lost all goddamn night. Now the Smiths are here bopping.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I should know this. You are right. Not a single tear is dropping.
Do you want me to give you any hints?
Just to move this along, yeah.
We saw this band together, watching one of my favorite bands. My favorite band.
Okay, so this Rise Against them.
Yeah, good job.
All right.
While you're thinking, I am going to have a sip of your delicious beer.
Oh, what is this? Yeah. I don't know. I'm a bad...
Savior?
Yeah, I probably wasn't going to get that.
Yeah, so this was weird because this is from Derek Warner.
Okay.
It was a song suggestion because I forgot how to sing my song just a little. I had a song written down that I was like all excited because it was just going to be one word.
Stupid.
And I wrote it down. I didn't write the name of the artist or what the song name was. And so I was going to take a poop before we were about to start. And I'm like, what song is this?
The one-worders take a lot more skill than you think because you're just writing down one word and then like ...
Well,
you got to do?
I'm going to tell you
You're
what
not
it
like
is.
A musician.
It just says CommanderSmiths and then a whole bunch of do's. And it's like do. And then so I sent it to Cindy and I was like,
you don't
Cindy.
think that's...
she was like, was it Baby Shark?
Yeah,
I was like, no, I know it isn't because Lowery already did that. So it was a different song that was playing on the radio. And I know Baby Shark was not playing on the radio. Anyways, so then in my panic mode, I was like, oh, yeah. I remember Derek emailed me like a month ago about a song to sing. And so I was like, okay, I can just pull it up. I have never heard this. I don't listen to the radio very much. You know, I have my.
This wasn't on the radio here.
Oh, it
at
wasn't?
all.
Okay.
No.
But this is one of his favorite bands. And I was like, oh, Larry should know this song because it's one of your favorite bands as well, right?
Yeah, yep, for sure.
So, yeah. But thanks, Derek. That was good. I actually just had to listen to it a couple times. And now do you want to listen to it? Is that what you want?
No.
What are you pulling up?
Actually, okay, so give me stall a little bit.
Okay. Oh, really quick. Laurie just had a beer that we both opened, and this is called Jam Band. And it's a berry ale, which you can taste a little bit of the berry in it. Actually, it's blueberry, red raspberry, and cherry. And this is from Boulevard Brewing. We just saw Boulevard Brewing. What was that? Was that our other beer last week?
Yeah, last week.
Okay.
So I got a variety pack, and I'm just going to milk this for a week or two.
It's pretty good. I like this beer. I wasn't stalling long enough. Okay, so what? We haven't even got to our intro yet, so I can't even tell you what we're going to do today on this episode. But
okay, you can just go if I find an area.
Okay.
Pretty sure Derek Warner. I've got to double check on that.
Okay. Welcome to CommanderSmiths.
Damn it, I shouldn't have been drinking. We are the CommanderSmiths.
I am Adam Smith.
And I am Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
That was perfect. It was a big pause.
I was like, no, we can go start drinking. Dummy.
This is episode 81.
82.
Okay, sorry.
82.
Yeah, I even wrote it down, 82.
Yeah.
This is episode 82.
Cut that last part?
Yeah, I'm totally going to do that. So this week we have interesting stuff. I know we had a bunch of Eldorani come out this week, spoilers, but we're going to have a kind of a special episode next week where we go through the whole shebang of
we'll
kind
do
of
the whole
set
thing.
review.
I believe everything's going to be out August 19th.
August 4th.
Because it's not August. I mean September.
Yeah.
I'm a month behind.
I just did it too when we were looking at something. I was like, oh, yeah, it says September 13th.
You did.
That's a month ago. Like, no, that was yesterday. Oh, shit.
We're in a time vortex.
Yeah. So we'll do a set review. It'll be a little special edition set review. So you want to check out that. We might have a surprise guest. And then, so this week we're actually going to be doing, we did our Fave 5's a couple months ago now, right? Or
Last month, probably.
Yeah. This week we'll be doing our Fave 5 instance.
Yep. And if you saw on Twitter, you can, I posted that's what we're kind of doing. And if you have some favorite instance, go and let us know what you like.
It'd be interesting to see what other people like to use. So it's more of like, it's not saying it's the best ones. It's our pet cards
for sure
for this. So it's things we tend to put in our decks for any particular reason. And then we are going to finish the week. Well, we have two little more. We have another segment we're adding. We kind of mentioned it last week. We have a name for the questions for Lowery and I.
It's going to be A&L questions.
A&L questions.
Yep. A
so
and L.
hashtag AN, little n, big L questions. Okay? Don't say it fast.
Around other people, at least.
Hey, you see that anal?
Don't ask your wife quickly.
Yeah, I got anal questions here. All right, so that's our last segment. Between there, we're going to be talking about the collector boosters from Eldraine.
The showcase cards.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of just...
We did this with the Mythic Editions last year, just talking about if it's worth buying it, if it's not worth buying it.
And then we kind of did with Modern Horizons a little bit too, didn't we? Or did we not actually break that? Well, we did kind of break it down.
We talked a lot about Modern Horizons, so it's hard to remember
such an awesome
if it was
set.
on or off air.
So, did you remember what you were going to talk about, or are we just skipping that whole thing?
We're skipping that whole thing.
Okay, skipping that whole thing. So,
So, a couple months ago, and I think it's Derek Warner, I randomly sent him cards on Cardsphere. This is months ago. And I'm pretty sure that was the guy that I sent it to. And he's like, Lowery Smith of the CommanderSmiths? I'm like, yeah. He's like, great work, yada, yada. And then I think he joined Twitter right after that. I don't think I connected the two.
Oh, until
I was deleting 1,000 emails last night, literally, and probably more. And then I saw his name on Cardsphere, and I was like,
that's our listener. That's kind of crazy when that happens.
Yeah,
he was a listener, and that you just did the card. Happened to trade with him. That's crazy. Okay, so I guess we should hit up our Twitter stuff.
We could do that.
Go ahead.
We're on Twitter.
That's how you guys can follow
CommanderSmiths.
So, and that's where you can see. Oh, I guess we should say sorry to people that haven't been able to listen to the episode for some reason. Again, effing technology didn't change anything, but for some reason 1 week the episode, I think it was 80, didn't upload to Google Play. Maybe it was, and then for some reason last week YouTube still has not taken the episode 81. So we I think we got to figure it out with the Google Play, because we contacted Podbean. They said there were no problems, but then all of a sudden we had 200 downloads like instantly from that. So it was like it was waiting for people to down, like, I don't know. So I think we got it figured out. If we didn't, do what you guys did this week. Shoot us a tweet saying, hey, episode blah 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 isn't here, because then I can get on it and
because at this point I kind of listen to us on YouTube, but I don't pay attention really.
Well, we see the Twitter stuff, and Lowery's been doing a great job with
and I'm working at it. I don't know if I'm good at it.
I think you had some awesome questions with cards and all that, so you can see what cards Lowery gets from Cardsphere.
We do.
Did you even do a not sharing with Adam beer last week? Oh yeah, you did.
I'll do it tonight. Wink, wink.
And then you got the proxy of the week. So I finally was able to get on the designing bug. I've just been so busy with no time to do it, but I got the you are goated.
You are goated.
I was trying to decide if I wanted to make it like a dirty picture, because
you could
made it,
you could in the future.
The jokes of it and all that, but I was like, nah, I'll use the best card for goading and use that picture as it. But it actually turned out pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
So we got a new Digi token, which again, those are all available. If you're a patron, you can get those anytime. You don't have to be during this month or whatever. And then, like Lowery said, YouTube. I guess that one's mine. Go on YouTube.
Don't point at me.
But that's the thing, is the last week's episode didn't post, so people couldn't go on there and go hashtag MeatForce. So.
Yeah, so if it's there, just go hashtag MeatForce, make a comment or question or correct us, and we'll just ignore you. Or respond and accept
No, we
our
normally do.
You're probably right. So yeah, that's a good place to watch us.
That's the free way to
support us.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, because we also don't make money there. But
not yet.
Yeah, I mean, we only need to get like 1,000 viewers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're only like
a week.
What, 1/5 of the way there almost? No,
we're not a lot more than that. 1/10.
We're over the 160 something mark, isn't it?
For subs.
Yeah, that's what we need. You need
the subs?
Yeah, you need
I don't really know how this works. Why can't I have like that red YouTube button? Be like, boom, give me money.
So once we get 1,000 subscribers, I think we get something. I don't know. So help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Woo! I don't know how you help us do that. By sharing is what you do there.
Also, just start up, if you have a Yahoo account, and then a Google account.
Hotmail,
MSN.
And then Hotmail, MALE. That was a dumb joke. All right, let's move on. Speaking of email, you can go to our Gmail account. This one's yours. You take over the email.
You can send us anything and everything that you want.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Let's just keep it that way.
ANL questions, any comments. Again, it's free flow. If you want to be a little bit more private, that's cool. We'll definitely say your name, though.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
And then...
unless you want us not to say your name.
Yeah, and it's a for sure way, like, it's easy for us to see there as well.
Not that we get so many... I mean, it has been blowing up with you and your stuff on Twitter lately.
Whatever. We're just
it can get lost in the shuffle
so much.
But, and that's back to the other thing really quick, jumping back to Twitter. Seriously, the hashtag AnLQuestions is another way. That's how you get the questions on there, so...
Okay.
Or... Yeah, and then Patron. Go to our Patreon account, and that's where you can give us actual money.
Give us money!
Yeah. They can't see your face. Don't hold it like that. That's what she said. But you can go on there. Off. That's where you get monthly the patron reward stuff, where you can get proxies for.
If we open up a box, then you're into that already. And we haven't talked about it, but I'm just gonna say we're probably doing it for Eldorain.
We are?
Maybe.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm down.
No. This is a maybe.
I guess we're in it, guys.
I mean, it's going to be the end of October. It'll be November.
Yeah.
When we plan on doing it. So nothing official until October hits, and then we'll figure it out.
But become a patron, and then you have a chance to be in that drawing, which we said before was going to be a little different. What the heck? I'm like hitting buttons with my clipboard.
I don't know what the fuck
like
you're
all
doing.
of a sudden it just moved over here.
You're belligerent.
So yeah. Anyways, all right. We got all that crap out of the way, right? So we got our hashtag Meat Force, hashtag Not Sharing with Adam, hashtag Proxy of the Week. All right, we're good to go. Should we move on to the episode?
Do you want to do favorite 5 instance?
Yeah, let's start it off.
Instance?
Fave 5. So, Lowery, why don't you start us off with your Fave 5? Because I actually didn't... Are you going to put this in order?
Mine is in order.
Okay. Shit, I got to do that.
Okay. So, I'm going to go with number 5 is going to be Eerie Interlude.
Okay.
There's 2 colorless and a white instant, and then you can target your own creatures and exile them from play, and then they come back at the end of your turn. Are you fucking kidding me?
I had it on my list, but I have it. I don't have a star next to it, so that wasn't one that's gonna be on my 5.
But this is, I think, probably a more fair to Fury's protection. Also, it works fantastic in Feather. It was really good.
More fair. I just think it's an awesome card.
Yeah,
like being able to bounce your stuff from a board wipe. The fact that it doesn't come immediately back into play is beneficial because you get somebody to board wipe. Everything resolves, and then it comes back in at the end. If you're in like green-white blinking decks, I think it's really versatile in that regard. Like you want to trigger your ETBs again on your creatures. That's the big key on that. I think
you could even just, if somebody all-out attacks and you can block with everything and then blink them, that stops any non-trample damage coming at you, and you still save your creatures.
Yeah.
They're tapped down. You should be able to re-attack back. It's just as a really kind of fun, versatile card. Pretty cheap, too. I think it's around two-ish. Feather might have had to jump a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. The foils really jumped with Feather on those.
Yeah, but I think it's a really fun card, and I've been putting in a ton of my decks.
So we started off, we both had huge lists and everything. We had to whittle it down to 5. That was in my top 10 for cards, and I was just
cut.
Well, and I guess I'll start off with my 5, which was going to be Teferi's Protection. So that's random.
Actually, that's why I didn't have Teferi's Protection there. That's because like you use that a lot.
Yeah, and then that's the thing is this is why it's our fave 5. In every almost white deck, I have a Teferi's Protection because it's like you just hold on to that, and that's the only reason that I cut Eerie Interlude because, like you said, they're very similar. I think Eerie Interlude is really nice. It's versatile in a way that you can use it in ETB decks. If you don't have an ETB deck, it still works perfectly for protection of your creatures and all the examples you just gave. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. Teferi's Protection is just more of
the best fog ever.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same point, it's like, you know, Eerie Interlude is going to just save. It's going to save you here and there. It's going to do its job. It's awesome. Teferi's Protection is more like, it seems like it's towards the end of the game where somebody's about to wipe you out. And
or win the game, and then you just
boom,
you play it, and that throws their plans way off.
Yeah. So both cards I think are very similar. Each one is better in its own way. I think Teferi's is better for somebody's about to win the game or somebody's about to kill you. It saves you. Eerie Interlude is a way that it saves your creatures, or there's multiple abilities of using your ETBs. There's different things you can do. It's a really cool card. So I almost wanted to do hey, my number 5 is Teferi's Protection / Eerie Interlude.
Glad I went first.
Yeah. So both cards are awesome. Budget-wise, cheaper to go Eerie Interlude.
For sure.
I think Teferi's up
Protection is...
But if you don't have a Teferi's, you need to get it. And then we just had it actually as a Proxy of the Week. So you could use it to put it in multiple decks. And that, I've heard a lot of people, I've listened to some other podcasts and stuff, and when people talk about that and I guess it's their proxy rule, you know, but if you only have one copy, you need to have the proxy rule because you should be able to use it in every single deck.
And another thing with Teferi's Protection is it still protects you from those wraths. It is a really, really good fog. But also when since it's instant speed, you can set it up that it is still a one-sided board wipe, kind of like you have done twice now. You pulled off Apocalypse into Teferi's Protection, which is it exiles all permanents, exiles all hands, and exiles the graveyard.
Not hands. It exiles everything in play.
Oh, but if you play that near the end of the game... You have to discard
your hand.
Oh, you have to discard
Remember, that's the downfall of Apocalypse.
Yeah, so, but then that's a sorcery. You play Teferi's Protection on top of that.
Then
you're just winning the game.
Yeah.
And that's a great way. There are other cards. You can just have a normal board wipe and then Teferi's Protection on top of that. Save your creatures. It's kind of a really nice one-sidedness as well. If you're like, I'm already dominating this game, let's end this really quick. You had a board wipe to Teferi's Protection, and then next turn you're just killing people. So I think that's the nice versatility with Teferi's Protection.
For sure. Yeah, and that was in our core cards. It was in our game winners. Teferi's it's been around the block.
Yeah. This beer is really sweet.
Is it too sweet for you?
It's really close to like a shandy. Which
gives I can
me
taste that.
Gut rot.
All right, so you're number 4 on the list.
My number 4 is just going to be simple Swords to Plowshare. That's one
card you like to use a lot.
Instant, exile target creature, and gain life. Or they gain life to the power.
Which it's so much better than...
Path to Exile?
Yeah, because Path to Exile, you're getting them a land. In Commander...
The land is
that helps
a lot better for them than the life.
Life is... That's why stupid food tokens are so stupid.
They're starting to show off some payoffs for food in the set, so that can make it more interesting. But no.
Okay, so I got to think here. I want my number 4 to be. I didn't actually number mine until we were like deciding as we're talking. I'm like, all right, are we gonna number this? Yep, I have mine numbered. Shit, I have to keep mine that way. Okay. So I'm going to go with my number 4 card is Aether Spouts. And that is the reason why I like this card is it makes them choose to either put it in on the top of their library or the bottom of the library. So it's for each attacking creature, that opponent or that player puts the creature either on, they have to decide on top or on the bottom. And it's an instant blue. I think it's 2 blue and
3 colorless.
3?
That sounds right.
Yeah. There's another one that's Aetherize. Yeah,
which
that
is
one
2 blue and a colorless for one creature.
Bounces all attacking creatures to their hand.
Does it? That one's not bad either.
Yeah, that one's not bad, but Aether Spells, I think Aether Spells has to be one more because that's so much more.
I think it's 2 blue, 3 colorless.
Is it? Well,
yeah, I can pull it up.
Okay, but the interesting thing with that is they're either deciding, they're deciding what their next couple draws are going to be. So it can kind of screw them over. Whereas if you just bounce everything to their hand, they have enough mana to cast it, boom, everything just comes right back out. Well, if you're holding them up, let's say they're like, oh, I really like these 3 creatures, I guess I'll put those on top. Well, you know what their next 3 turns are. It's drawing those 3 creatures. Or if they really don't like it, they're throwing them on the bottom. So then they're not able to play those creatures again. And then you're getting rid of, well, of course, tokens, but you get rid of tokens for bouncing to the hand and everything.
2 blue, 3 colorless.
2 blue, 3 colors. Okay. So I like using this card in blue. I am going to throw in my... No, I'll wait on it.
It's a nice little trick. And I've seen you use it, and again, I think it's more of a end of game type thing. Like
but it's only one player.
I'm coming to get you. So like, if you're in a 4-person game, doing this to one person when there's still 4 players, like they're basically dead at that point, which isn't a bad thing, especially if they've come out super strong. But I feel like it's a lot better used when people are in the teens and somebody's like, kill shot. Mm-hmm. And you're like, no, not really. And then
now you're
dead.
Probably dead.
Yeah. And I think it's that nice, really switcheroo that you can do on them. Doesn't matter if they have Hexproof, Shroud, Indestructible. It's just getting rid of them. Mm-hmm. And so you can end the game for at least one person decently quick.
The funny thing is, this didn't become one of the cards I started to use until over the last 2 years. By building these decks, I came across it for I don't remember which deck it was. It was one.
You played it in Rash Me.
Yeah. Oh, is it Rash Me? Yeah, that is where I started to use it.
That's where you got me.
Before we actually started doing this podcast stuff. So that's when I started getting into it. So yeah, I guess that fits the last 2 years is when I started putting it in. But now I tend to put it in a lot of blue decks because of course you have your, spoiler alert, Cyclonic Rift might be in my top 5.
Maybe.
But of course you have that in there. But along with this, if this is a very good one-sided, can kill a person if they all out attack you or if they're being a dick and they're just coming after you.
I think that's a really good point. Like sometimes there are people that just target you, and
we don't know about that.
No idea. But the nice thing is this can just be like, stop targeting me. You can even play it soft until they like try and come at you really hard, and you're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Go away.
And the thing is like the bouncing it into their either top or bottom, that can really screw somebody over.
And it's kind of like, I haven't had to make that choice a whole ton, so it's hard to make the right choice because you're like, I want to get to my late stage, but if I draw like this piddly little nothing,
do I really want to draw this?
I don't want it, so I got to bin that. But every creature, there isn't any support there, so you can't chump block anymore. You're already decently behind, but maybe it's nice to play a couple of spells in a turn to come back quicker. Like it's kind of like, I don't know what the right
actually do with all that. Yeah. So it's an interesting card. There's but like I said, the other card that's like it is the Aetherize. That one's not as fun. It bounces right to your hand. This one just makes it a little more complicated. All right, your number 3
has screwed me over more times than I would like to admit. Chaos Warp.
I was like, I like this card. And I was like, no, that's a Lowery card.
That's 2 colorless and a red for an instant. Target permanent gets shuffled into that player's library, and you reveal the top card. If it's permanent, it comes directly into play. If it's not, it goes back on top. And I have flipped.
What did you do? It was to me.
I flipped Iona Shield of Emeria for you before it was banned, way before it was banned. And I think I got rid of something not nearly as good.
Yeah.
So like I targeted like something that was coming at me. I couldn't really deal with it. I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of picked on. Get rid of it. He shovels through, flips over Iona, locks me out of the game. I was like, that was way worse.
But the randomness of Chaos Warp it's chaos. I love that.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to come up. Are you getting rid of something and getting something that's little in return, or you have Lowery's luck where you're getting rid of something that's okay, mediocre threat to, oh shit, I just died.
Yeah, so I have, it's like a 30% like land where somebody puts a land because that's permanent. The other 33% is like a spell, and then the other 33% is something that's going to kill me. And I'm like, Jesus. I've flipped dragons for people. Like, it is.
Why is that one of your favorite cards then?
It's really fun.
Yeah, it is kind of fun.
And also, it's any permanent.
Yeah.
And so you could go after like a Gaia's Cradle and stuff like that. Can deal
what?
With, in red.
You fucker. Don't touch it.
You'll be fine. So, but like you're able to deal with anything in red, and so it kind of fills a lot of problems for red, I think.
Red and black are the only two colors I do not have on this list.
That's all right.
I don't even have a red or a black in my entire top 10. I'm looking at it now. All right.
Well, we need to talk with Wizards and tell them to make better instants.
My next one would be, and I got you on this one actually. It's Heroic Intervention. Is that on your list?
Maybe. For sure.
Heroic Intervention is awesome because it's 1 green, 1 colorless. All your permanents gain indestructible and hexproof, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
So it just protects everything of yours. So you can either somebody's going to target your creature, you protect it with that, or they're going to wipe out your artifacts or whatever. Everything gains hexproof and indestructible.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
A ridiculous card. Or you can use it the other way around where you're all out attacking somebody and they block, and you're like, well, all mine are indestructible. And
the trades aren't happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's such a good trick. I've had it where like I have it in my Vivictus Asmati deck from last core set, and I have it down and Nick goes, he's like, well, I got to get rid of that. I was like, Heroic Intervention. And he's like, well, we're fucked. It's like, we can't do anything about it. And I was just like, yeah, it's trouble. It's like the only other thing is like if they plan for it and they have another kill spell on top of it and like stack on top of that.
Yeah.
But like, come on, like you're working really hard at that point, and it's almost probably fine if they're using two removal spells
to get rid of one thing.
On one thing. Because your other stuff is still going to be indestructible and have hexproof after that. Or if they're doing a wrath, like you just help them do one-sided wrath in your benefit. The card is really, really good.
What number is that for you?
The next one.
Okay.
Heroic Intervention.
What's your number 2?
We should talk about it more.
Now, what angle do you want to use with Heroic Intervention?
I think I just went and did it.
Yeah,
it's a great card.
It's a good card. I mean, this card jumped up a couple years ago, and the foils especially, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a little sad it didn't drop down more after it rotated
just such
last year.
Used card in Commander, you know, like.
I think I got mine around 5 before, and then I was like, I'll catch some before it rotates. And then that was one of those cards that just went up to like $7-8 and stayed there. And I was like,
yeah, I picked up
the
4 foils. And
do you have any Proxy of the Week of that?
I do have a Proxy of that one. I haven't done a Proxy of the Week yet, but I do have one.
If you're interested, harass Adam to get him to do Proxy of the Week. Heroic Intervention.
I guess, should I go to my number 2 then?
Yep, you're number 2.
All right, so my number 2 is actually, it's Cryptic Command. The reason why I like using this card, it is more in a 2-color to 1-color deck because it's so heavily based with blue. But if I have a 2-color deck, it is going in there. Normally, it's not because of the counterspell part. The nice thing is it's so versatile because you have, was it 4 options? 5 options?
No, 4.
It's draw a card, tap all creatures, bounce a creature, counter a spell.
Yeah, you can choose 2 of them.
So you can use, and of course I'm not going to counter a spell unless I have to, but typically what this is used for is I'm tapping all that person's creatures down to get through and then doing the other bonus at some point. Or if somebody is targeting my creature, I'll maybe use the counter spell at that point.
But even counter spell draws like every combination is a solid combination.
I'm sorry that this one's an expensive card, but this is a card that I like putting in a deck because I love the cards that have that. You can use it for different things. You know, it's going to help you. And not each one of those is good. Like bouncing something can be a lifesaver.
Is it non-land permanent or permanent?
Let's pull it up again.
But quick. It's solid. I agree. I really, really like this card. I never use it though. For some reason, like it doesn't. I mean, it's not theme enough. It's like just so good in every aspect. Like it would have been really nice if I did the who's the white from
target permanent to owner's hand.
Yeah, so you can like bounce a land if you so chose. But enchantments, artifacts, all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's
just so good.
The reason, and like I said before, I've mentioned multiple times, is I want to have an answer for everything, and this potentially can be your answer because you do have the bouncing something. You do have the counter spell of that, where you can counter whatever the game winner is about to happen. I don't typically do that, but I mean that's that option there, having that option, and then the tap down. I know this is in the most recent one, I guess, that I've put in, which is a year old now, I guess, is Eureka. Because I want I want that person's creatures tapped down. I attack with all the ninjas,
and that totally makes
through.
Sense for.
But again, that's a 2-color deck. If you get to 3 colors, this gets a little more difficult to play because you have to hit 3 blue.
Yeah.
But like Commander games, you should typically have.
You should be able to hit it. So I think you could squeeze it if you feel like you have really good mana. You probably can squeeze this into a 3-color deck. I don't even try. Like, I was just sitting there trying to think. Like, when was the last time I made a 2-color blue deck? 2 or 1 color, like. It's been a while for me.
Well, especially since the commanders have been coming out with.
I might have had this in my Niv Mizzet Perun deck back.
Yeah, it's definitely
in the fall
in my Niv Mizzet deck.
I killed my Niv Mizzet deck, so I couldn't like corroborate or anything.
Mine is the only one.
Yeah, I think number two has one. And I'm pretty sure it's a pretty highly played deck.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. For some reason,
I do have a dragon deck, but that's not really a dragon deck.
It's a spells slinging deck.
But it's a dragon.
You're fine.
All right, Larry, what is your number 1 card?
Something very similar to Cryptic Command. Mystic Confluence.
Yeah, that was on my list too. But I was like, I haven't used it as much, and I was like, I use Cryptic Command a lot more than I use Mystic Confluence.
It's I use Mystic Confluence way more.
And it's a budget one. I mean, it's cheaper than Mystic. It's so expensive.
It got reprinted...
Was it
something Battlebond last year?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, there's 2 blue, 3 colorless, clearly an instant, and you can choose 3 of the different modes of bounce target creature, counter target spell unless they pay 3, draw a card, or
that's it.
You can choose,
but you can choose each of them. 3 times.
Draw 3 cards, or counter like they have to pay 9.
That I really like is being able to choose things multiple times.
Yeah, that's really cool. I really like the Confluence in general. I think made either the instance or sorcery considerations. Like I love those cards. But this one is probably for me better flexibility. Isn't it so hard on the mana?
You do have that counter spell ability. You do have
just in case, but it's a soft one too. Right. So. I don't feel as bad. No, right?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So, but you're the one that's harder to run counters than I am.
I fucking hate counter spells. But when you have it, like, this has 3 other options you can use, and you're not specifically putting it in your deck to counter spells. Yeah. Like, you have other things you can do.
And like, bouncing 3 of the best creatures on board, being able to get through feels pretty good.
Drawing 3 mana. For 5 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not... But just having that option, I really, really enjoy this card. And it's been making it into a lot of my decks that haven't made the spotlight stuff. So, like, my side stuff. I made Narset. I made the Lich Lord. I don't know. When I was building a ton of decks, and you're like, why are you building so many? I was like, I was building more than I wasn't telling you about.
You're hiding it, Lowery.
I had a problem.
We need to go.
I had a major problem early to midsummer.
Building anonymous. Okay, so then my number 1, and it's pretty easy. If I have a blue deck, this is in it. Cyclonic Rift. Yeah. It's a card I put. It's the answer. If I just need that answer to deal with anything, it's like what I said earlier with... Which one was I talking about? Cryptic Command? Yeah. It's my answer for blue. It gets rid of anything. It bounces everything. It can win you the game. I don't really need to explain.
I'm not proud of you at all. I knew you were going to do this.
Was my number one for green, wasn't it Crater of Behemoth?
It was.
Yeah. So these are the staples that of course, they're everybody's staples.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is one that I do like to, I guess, use as a crutch a little bit because you just have it in almost every blue deck.
I think an interesting thing, though, too, is, like, for, like, Crater Hoof, I think I have purposely just, like, powered down my decks because the first time I used Crater Hoof Behemoth in a deck ever was my Nikia deck. And I couldn't even tell you what I have Cyclonic Rift in. I probably do, but I couldn't tell you.
You just purposely keep that out of there. Kind of like our discussion last week with Soul Ring. You've made a decision to not use Cyclonic Rift or Crater Hoof.
Because I think there has to be like choices. We don't have to talk about that. That can be in the extension conversation that we were talking about.
I mean, yeah, I guess what we were talking about before. The reason why I put those in, they're your typical game winners and everything is those are my my game winners. It's the setup to get to that.
Cyclonic Rift is a game winner.
And I don't base a deck around that. Normally Crater of Behemoth, it goes in a lot of creatures. It's not going to go in a deck that doesn't have a lot of creatures. It's going in a deck that I'm casting a lot of creatures.
But I think Crater of Behemoth is just really good even in decks without a lot of creatures.
But I typically... I'm not going to say I put it in every green deck because I don't put it in every green deck. It has to go in, but I typically play with a lot of creatures. So it goes in a majority of decks that I build. But I'm not going to put it in a deck like a Rashmi deck. Rashmi doesn't have it.
You don't have to defend yourself against me. You're doing fine.
No, what I'm saying is Cyclonic Rift is more of my answer. Like if I don't have enough answers to things, like if I don't have enough removal or I don't have enough, spot removal or whatever, destroy all creatures or whatever, board wipes, this is that answer. Whereas Crater Hoof is my game winner, where it's like, okay, I'm counting N-Rays, Crater Hoof, and what's the new one? Finale of Devastation. Okay, those are my game winners. If I get one of those 3 cards and I have enough board state, I'm going to win the game with those guys. Whereas Cyclonic is more of saving me.
I'm not going to win this game this turn. Let's make the game an hour longer. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Ugh. No, I use it if it's... I don't normally plan it. I do plan it out.
That's fine. I told you don't have to defend yourself against me.
I win! All right. Well, that was our Fave 5's. Yeah, my top one is... For Fave 5's are your typical ones, but there are ones that I do play all the time.
Yeah, you can be your favorite.
I'd be lying if I didn't put it in there.
Of course.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's move on to the You're a Dick. Let's move on to the what are we doing? The
value conversation
boosters.
Do we want to talk about Brawl real quick?
Yeah, we can talk about Brawl. So we were hoping Brawl would be cheap.
It's not.
God damn it! Those signets are going up and up, and now that the price is out, it's like they're not going to come back down for a while.
So my understanding is that the Brawl decks are going to be 60 cards, all standard cards, and they're 45 a piece.
Stupid.
$45.
So stupid.
Clamshells. 45. Is that another word?
Clamshells.
Green things. Papers.
They're making them as expensive as the Commander decks?
No, they're more. They're 40.
So they're 40,
Commander decks
right?
were 40.
40?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So you get...
is even the Commander a foil? Like, do you get a...
That part I don't know. But, like, if I sit down, like, I do really like the Commanders, and I like 2 other cards in these 60-card decks.
Right. Because they give you
3.
They give you a Shockland, which we already have all the Shocklands we need.
And then you got the Signet, and then...
The Commander.
And there's a couple of, like, decently cool cards, but those cards are skyrocketing right now. There's, like, a blue dragon that yada yada that jumped up to, like, $20.
That dragon's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but he was, like, a $5 card, and then it's like, hey, these are $45 or, like, decks. Not going to be a ton of them. They're going to be pretty short print run. And people are like, oh, these are going to be hard to get.
buy everything out. God,
yeah, everything just skyrocketed.
That's so.
So singles are gonna suck until they at least come out, and then we'll see how much the print run is. I've also heard rumors that there might be a second, also small print release after a second wave. But I don't know.
It's stupid. I wish it wasn't 45. I normally am like, oh, I don't care. It's totally worth it. Like Modern Horizons, the price of that, whatever. They're more expensive. They're 40 cards less than a Commander deck. I feel like the Commander sets have a lot more value, things in them that are a lot better than this.
I'm
more
impressed
expensive.
They had the gall to print it at $45 to buy it. It doesn't make a whole ton of sense. In comparison to Commander, they're having you charge more for a product that they almost know is going to fail. That's why they're underprinting it. Brawl's not popular at all.
Yeah.
So they're doing this for Brawl. So they come out and they go, they've been developing it for a year, and then they're going, at that point they're already through. It's okay, let's follow through. But it's nobody's playing Brawl. Let's not make a ton of decks. And then everyone's these cards are awesome. Why didn't they do this last year?
Yeah, it's...
You know what I mean? Why didn't they go, we're announcing Brawl and we're making these awesome decks for you? And then you're like, hey, Brawl could be really cool.
Are you going to buy this?
I don't even know if I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might have to order it online, but as a $45 product... I don't know.
I want the Signet.
I want a Signet.
And then proxy the shit out of that. I'm gonna.
And the thing is just maybe it drops down after some people crack singles, because at this point that's worth cracking, because a $30 Signet's insane. And so it's just kind of is that worth it? Hopefully the singles drop. I don't know if they don't. It probably is worth it. But the only. I like the Commander aspect of it.
Yeah. I may go
like I said, 3 or 4 cards out of it. And that's all I want.
But because of how expensive the Signets are, and if they kind of hold steady at that price, which, like you said, it's the demand, and if there isn't a lot of it, or if there isn't a lot of printing of this, and there's a high demand, they're going to stay at that price. I may just pick up one, try to get one, so I can make my proxy.
The hope is that you do a second wave, and it's a little bit more. But I think they're starting to do an artificial scarcity thing for their products, because
the Mythic Edition stuff, how they did with that. You're talking about,
yeah. But also the Commander product. When I went around to stores, they only have 1 or 2 left, and I'm like, when do you have the next wave coming in? They're like, oh, we don't know. Yeah, it's they're purposely making sure that there isn't product sitting on the shelf, which is fine, but it's definitely a shift in what they used to do.
Or it's just an abundance of everything.
It's just we're going to print the shit out of iconic Masters. And that was, I think, their biggest problem was when they had Masters products, and they're like, get it whenever you want, it's $180, and then boxes would crash.
Yeah.
Nobody'd want them, the value's not there. I mean, those products weren't nearly as good as the old Masters products either.
Do you think they really learned from this? They did you ever get your
No.
Oh, shit.
I still don't have my foil sheet.
Have you messaged them? Because both Tyson and I got both of ours.
Did you?
Tyson he sold one for $120, and then he gave one away to neighbor Mike. And I have mine, both of them, so you should have yours. But I was going to say, you think they learned their lesson by making something not, readily available to everybody in an excessive amount with Mythic Edition, but now they've had to give out how many foil sheets?
I think they did. And that's what segue, there we go.
Yeah.
Segue into the showcase packs.
So, but...
which are really cool borders.
Yeah. Let's get
a lot of foils. I'm
still surprised you have not got your foil sheet, dude.
I'm not. I got a Quip toothbrush. They don't like me. I didn't even get the whole thing. Here. I didn't even get the vibrating part.
Brush your teeth.
I can't have any fun with this thing.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I got to tickle myself, and that's about it. Tickle my teeth.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. That end. I was thinking the other end.
The taint?
Yeah. It's we're back to taint.
Is that what goated is?
I wasn't talking about taint
toothbrush down there?
I was thinking
taint
Tar Star.
Tar Star. AnLQuestions.
Hey, it's Taint Talk with Adam and Lowery.
Is that what our question mailbag should be?
It should be instead
Taint
of ANL, Taint Talk.
Hashtag Tank Talk.
That would get so many clicks. People would be like, what the hell is Taint Talk? If you go on Twitter and hashtag Taint Talk.
I
kind of want to.
I have a feeling you won't like what you're gonna see. It's just gonna look like bubblegum satin
with cat hair.
I'm assuming. Yeah. I mean, if you have a cat.
I was gonna say if you have hair down there, if you don't manscape.
No.
I manscape. All right. Anyways,
you're not a hairy man like me.
Yeah,
if
I
manscape down there, I'd look like a bald whatever, and then everything else is hairy. It'd be like a really weird bear.
A bald bear.
Yeah. What's going on?
He's got a bald spot right there. All right. Enough of Lowry's taints. Let's talk about the cards. Okay. So they started revealing these. We actually started seeing those before with a couple of the spoiler stuff, but these are going to be, 15 card packs?
15 card packs.
Oh, let's get to the actual packs here. So it's going to have, I know we've talked about it before, but now it's actually, we're seeing the cards that are coming with it. You're going to have 15 cards, 1 foil token card, number of versions. I don't get. Oh.
So, but these are the supposed $25 a pack cards.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like, so there's 1 rare mythic rare with extended art.
That could be foil or non-foil. Mm-hmm. And then you get 1 foil rare or mythic rare, which doesn't necessarily have the extended art. I think it's just a mythic. Yeah. And then you get 9 foil commons and uncommons, which is going to be that crazy story.
Nope.
Don't you think? Oh, is that the next one?
Yeah. You get 3 special frame cards, showcase or borderless planeswalkers. And those are like, there's a twirly, it's maybe more Victorian style.
Yeah, looking like a book.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah.
And then I don't even know what that is. The one ancillary card? What is that?
The example that they're using is like the buy a box Kenrith.
Oh, yeah.
So anything that, like, it could be one of those random planeswalkers or... I don't know what else.
Oh, so it's not going to be. Yeah, that's right. It's not necessarily from the set
per se, but
it could
from
be
the products around the set that are helping support it.
And then you get 1 foil token, like
1 foil token. And so this discussion is going to be based around: is it worth it? Kind of similar to the Mythic Addiction decks.
Yeah.
And we'll try and give you the information that we have found out, heard from other places.
I'm not as excited as I once was.
Oh.
You could really swing and a miss with this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're getting a bunch of foil cards.
But do 9 foil common uncommons mean anything to you?
No. Not from this set?
They mean nothing. Yeah, from this set, they're standard, they're bulk foils.
Yeah, you're not, it's the same foils as if you got them in a pack, you know? Most of them, probably a handful are even worth, over $5, you know? Yeah. Otherwise, they're all like 50 cents, 75 cents.
More than likely, you're going to get a foil rare, which is just a normal one.
So those range, if it's the shitty rare, you're probably a couple bucks, $3, up to a good amount.
If you're lucky, I think. Yeah. I mean, you could get really poor luck like me and open a $1 rare foil.
Right.
And then you have 1 rare mythic with extended art.
So I think these 2 are the ones that...
The special ones. The mythic
and the foil. The guarantee that you're getting a rare mythic
with extended art.
But that could be foil or non-foil.
Can it?
Yeah. So those... I believe that spot is for that. So you're going to get one that's extended art, but they're having... So you have extended art. Remember we talked about this last week or the other week where you have the extended art, you have extended art foil, you have the regular art, and you have regular art foil.
Okay.
And then if they do a mythic edition, that'd be different. That'd be 8 planeswalkers, 2 of which would be from this set. Like they've done before.
If that's what they do that.
If they do that. So let's cut that out of the whole conversation. But with this, you have 4 different kinds of art per card, or 4 different things you could get. So I think in that slot, if I may be wrong with this, but I think that first one where it says it's a rare or mythic rare with extended art, that could be foil or non-foil in that spot. The non-foils,
but I would expect a non-foil. If expect the lowest thing that you can get,
Possibly
and then just go, is that worth it? Because that's more than likely. Like if you get a mythic, more than likely it's not going to be a foil extended mythic, and you'd be super fucking lucky if you're doing that. So expect a rare extended art non-foil. If that's that's how I always look at these things when you're talking about value. Unless you're getting, even if a box holds like 12 packs, it's something really minuscule packs. I don't know for sure.
I think you're right.
The packs in a box is
I believe
like
it
nothing,
is 12.
and those are going for like $300 right now.
Well, I'll pull up. I was looking at potentially buying them the other day because I had a 10% coupon on eBay. So we have Eldraine.
Yeah, and so I was watching a YouTube channel, Alpha Investments. Some people don't like him. That's fine. He's fine. But the sorry for the clicky pen. But he kind of was breaking it down. He's like, he's hearing 10,000 units.
12 packs, yeah.
So in a box has 12 packs, and right now you're seeing it for $302.
No, that's a one bid. That's a one bid. The actual lowest price on eBay is $394.
Yeah. So 400.
Or no. That's the sponsored.
370.
So 370.
And so you're dividing 370 by 12. You're getting 30 plus bucks.
$300 worth of. So it's more. Yeah, it's more than $25 a pack.
So more than likely you're not going to be able to find a pack for $25. And if it's $30 for easy math for a pack, understand that each of those cards are averaging $2 a pack, or like $2 per card. And we were just talking about more than likely it's not going to be that, like your foils, commons, and uncommons, unlikely to, I would say, even $1. And then your foil rare, that is where your money is, your extended art, and then your showcase cards where you have 3 of them. When I look at the showcase cards, they look awesome.
I was going to say, I really love that they've gone, they're taking that full art planeswalkers, and now we're getting this on creatures. It's all creatures, isn't it, here? There's some artifacts and everything. So we're getting it on artifacts, sorcery. So it's getting on everything. And I love the look of that. I mean, that's how we make our proxies and make it look like this. So I love the look of this. I don't love the price of this.
And again, like you're just kind of going like, is it worth 2 to 3 cards? Because in my mind, again, the commons and uncommons are going to be bulk. You might get one good uncommon in there, but your commons aren't going to be worth $2.
I mean, so far we haven't looked over the commons and uncommons of this set, but I can't even think of like one that's necessarily
standing out. It's not a Path to Exile. It's not a something crazy uncommon Fatal Push. My expectations would not be like, if I spend 20, even if I was spending 25 on it, more than likely I'm not going to get my value back. So if I'm looking at $30, $35, $40 for a pack, just because of how rare they are, again, 10,000 units probably means 10,000 boxes. You're distributing that throughout the country, and that's
the world.
The world. And I think that's where it's very similar to your Mythic Edition problem of $10,000, good luck on eBay.
Yeah.
This way it's like, good luck store, and then the stores have to deal with the bullshit. Like, I walk in, you have any the showcase cards? Nope. We only got 1 box, and we gave it out as prizes. That's how that works in my mind, generally. They go, they put together a tournament, and they're giving away this stuff as a prize support. That's what I've seen for, like, from the Vault. When those were, a store's only getting like 4 of them, they just go, yeah, we're just giving away cards for our tournaments.
That'll be a way to
get it. Nobody's mad at us. People are happy. We're getting people into the store. That's how I see this running a little bit.
Do you see yourself buying? I mean, I kind of want to buy one for the video.
Yeah, I would buy a pack.
Yeah, I think
maybe we could just do battle
a pack. Yeah, value each card that we go. That'll be interesting. But so
I want to see what it's like, and then we could talk about that and just be like, this was kind of cool, looks really good, or very much not worth it.
So here's my thing with this is like, I really don't know what the value is of these, but I can tell you I know what the value is of Modern Horizons, and that's still being printed, and that's still at $180. You can buy 2 boxes of those for the same price of one of these, and you're getting 2 boxes. You're getting a freaking
really, really good modern legal cards.
That the prices just keep going up. I keep hearing it on multiple finance podcasts. They keep picking multiple cards. I know we haven't done picks for a while. A lot of that is, and I've mentioned it, this is probably the 3rd or 4th time. I've been just buying Modern Horizon stuff. I keep, whenever I sell up to $180, $200, I go and buy another box, and I just keep saving the cards that are coming out of that because there's so much more value in that.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, is because when you look through these cards that have the showcase, I think the showcase and the extended art cards are probably the most important parts out of this pack. You're like, that looks really cool, but there's like the legends are the only thing I would want out of there.
Right.
And even if I would want them, but like, so there isn't any crazy uncommons or commons where you're like, oh, I want that. And the rares right now, some of the mythics are kind of cool, but again, I wouldn't expect to pull that in a pack.
Yeah.
Especially if you're only buying one. Or even, what are the odds of a mythic? Like 1 in 6. So if you buy a whole box for $400, you're not getting 2 mythics.
Yeah.
You're getting 1 mythic in there. And it's kind of like, that sounds awful. Like, odds-wise, sounds awful. Some boxes will probably have 2.
One other thing to break down to with this is that that ancillary
product.
Which ones are even worth? Like, what would be?
Yeah. There's a reason why they're trying to get rid of those ancillary product ones, because they're bad. Nobody's buying them, and so they're like, we need to get rid of this somehow. I have people like, I don't want to buy those Planeswalker decks because they're bad Planeswalkers.
Yeah, so it's like, what that? That's why it's down by the foil token, because it's like the foil token probably has more demand than that does.
I want a foil food
token. I like the tokens going foil now because I have been switching all my tokens over to foil. But
borderless. I like, since they changed it since Corset.
Oh yeah, the new tokens look awesome.
Yeah, they look really cool.
We just love all borderless stuff. Full art, everything looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, but why have that border there even when like you just have people like the art? I don't want something that defines my area of a card.
Yeah.
So I just, these things seem ridiculous. And again, if I find it, I'm probably not going to order one online or anything.
No, we'll
like
we'll
if
do
I
a
run
pack
into it,
opening
it's like,
with it. But that's about it. We aren't.
Yeah.
It's funny because you go back and listen to our other episodes talking about Modern Horizons, like the special sets, the ones that are expensive. I'm all gung ho for it. Like, go buy it, totally worth it. This just doesn't seem worth it at all.
No, I mean, you have a chance at 3 Planeswalkers instead of guaranteed. That's that whole thing where we were talking about like Commander packs. Like, I can sit down and buy Commander and know that I'm spending $40 and I'm going to get these cards.
Card that you want.
This is what Commander packs would be like. You have a chance at your Commander. You got a chance at these cards. But you just got so much fluff there, which is your other standard cards.
Don't try to use this as the Commander.
This
is not what it would be like. This is just...
It'd be very similar.
Garbage. These aren't Commander cards, though. This isn't really a Commander set.
You have a lot of fluff in your Commander set, though. Like, there's 100 cards. You have 10 of them are good in there, but they're worth.
But if it's a Commander set, you don't have to make it 100 cards. You know what I'm saying? That can just be a Commander set.
But that's not how they would do it. They would build a deck and then put it in packs and stuff like that. All right, but
got you off track.
I hope we talked you off the ledge of buying a $400 box for 12 packs.
No, yeah. When I was looking to do it the other day, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was thinking this was like $200, and I was all for it, and I'm like, not nearly $400 or even over $300.
Because after taxes and or shipping, like that, it's going to be $400.
And the suggested retail, which they aren't doing the retail price anymore,
no MSRP.
Was supposed to be $250.
Yep.
So it's already $110, $20 over that right now?
Well, this way, when you're sending it to stores, it's like handing over Mythic Editions to stores. And instantly, when people got their hands on Mythic Edition, it was $400 to $500.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And one thing is, when they were talking about, when they initially spoiled this idea a month or so ago, I'll post the link below, but they were comparing it to box toppers, Mythic Edition. So they are putting in this all in the same conversation. The problem is that the quality of card isn't near
Yeah.
what box toppers were, what Mythic Edition were.
You knew, like you said, with the Commander stuff, you get 8 Planeswalkers. You know you're getting those Planeswalkers. Awesome.
This is a randomized pack. If each 12 packs were the same in each box, that'd be a little bit different.
But it wouldn't be worth it at this price. It'd be
impossible. No.
It would be ridiculous at this.
And buying Mythic Edition at $400 plus or $500, depending on whatever the market is, it's not really worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think these are worth it. And this I would say, wait until after release, and maybe the prices, like you said, these stores are probably just throwing them up there, trying to make a crap ton of money. And if the prices drop down,
because remember,
I don't even know what a price I would buy this at.
Yeah, like remember with Mythic Edition, you're like, these Planeswalkers add up to the $250, and I'm getting those packs. Mm-hmm. This is like, I don't know my value. I don't have any extra on the side. There isn't that value there that makes you want to get it.
You don't know what the value of everything is at this point. Like you're saying, you don't know the value because you don't know what cards you're getting. Well, I don't even know what the value of any of the cards
of these new cards.
Any of them, you know, it's like so up in the air.
I think they'll be expensive because of rarity when it comes to the extended art and the showcase for the book style cards.
Yes. I guess what I would be is the price that you get around $200. I don't even know if I would buy it at that point, because then I'm looking at it, I'm like, would I buy this for $200 where I have no idea what value I'm getting out of this compared to I spend $200 on a Modern Horizons box. I know a pretty good idea of what the value is and what the value could be. I know I'm getting my money back, if not more, if I sell everything now or I hold on to it and I can double my money. This, I'm like, I have no idea. We don't even know what like you said, the uncommons and commons. If you're lucky, you get one for $5. So those are out. Everything else, the only things that matter are the top 2 cards.
I mean, they might be worth it if you want to make like foil proxies and just like deface them.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you're like, I don't have to go and buy them.
Right.
That's totally worth it, right?
Spending that much money on that? I don't know. It's just...
So I think if you're thinking about buying these boxes and you're looking at $400 and you're like, I got money to burn, I'd probably just turn around and look at Modern Horizons. Yeah.
All right. So overall, we're a no on this, but might get a pack each and do a fun video. Watch that video. We both get something. We're like, holy shit, this is totally worth it. It'll be cool to have.
I think it'd be really cool to look at them and see what they do look like. Because remember those like blackout God cards?
The ones that you're getting lately?
I got one of them. But like, I was like, oh, these look awful. And then when you did get it, you're like, this looks a lot better than I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. I still don't think it. I think I bought mine for like $30. Probably not worth it.
But it's different.
Same thing here. Like, if these showcase cards come out like $10-15 a piece, but you can turn around and just buy the standard ones for 50 cents to $1, it's like, well, that's not really worth it.
Who are you going to sell that to?
Yeah. Collectors and people that like pretty things.
Like us. I like pretty things.
I'd have to, like, if there are showcases that, like, the twirly things or the extended arts that are sitting down below $5, I would highly think about buying those.
For sure.
But if they're like 10, 15, just because of rarity or plus, because what you're trying to do is your showcases and your extended art, even though we just said that we're going to be done with this conversation, is it's almost like you got to like look at the Planeswalkers and go, okay, there's $250+ in value, and that's where your known stuff is. You need to almost divide like that $30-$40 average among those 4 cards, essentially. So each of them are probably going to be $10 because of the rarity of what's going on here. Mm. That would be my idea or thought. And if it's lower, if it's like 5 minus, I would severely think about getting these because there just isn't going to be a lot of them.
And there is no special land in it, that would make me kick into it more if there was like something they did different.
You were able to get shock lands last year with the Mythic Edition.
Yeah, so there was a benefit of getting lands out of this. This is just all card stuff, but
boring.
We like our lands. It's how you cast your shit and all that fun stuff. All right, let's move in the last little segment, the new segment.
ANL questions.
ANO questions. ANO, right?
ANL.
ANL questions.
ANL.
I thought it was ANL.
ANL.
Hashtag ANL questions. Anal questions. All right. So our first question, or two questions, it's actually from Trombley.
Yep. And he's doing this just to...
He knows
one of
the
them.
answer.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about mashed potatoes?
That should be more my question towards you.
I hate
Hey,
them.
Adam, do you like mashed potatoes?
No, I don't at all.
Why not?
Because everybody has different taste buds, and my taste buds say mashed potatoes taste nasty, and they
taste
do it.
Nasty?
It does it in a
taste
southern
nasty.
accent like that too. I don't like them at all.
They taste nasty?
Yes. It reminds me is like take a French fry and mash it up in like somebody's mouth and then you spit it out. That's what it tastes like. Mashed French fries.
Well, no, you're talking about mashed spit fries.
That's pretty much what it is. It's all gooey and
no.
It's gooey.
I mean, what are you doing to
like
your mashed
paste.
potatoes? I think
This
you
is
need
my
to sit
this is
down
my
and-
argument with mashed potatoes though. Mashed potatoes, you never just eat a mashed potato. You put shit on it to get rid of the mashed potato taste. It's all
it's not to get rid of the taste.
It's more of a plate for good stuff.
But you eat butter, right?
No.
You put it on a bunch of
I
stuff.
don't just eat butter.
No, that's my point. You put it on other stuff, and it makes other things good.
Yeah.
But butter's gross on its own.
Nah.
But when you mix... do you just sit there and eat a chunk of butter?
Yeah.
Doubt it. Cheese. You can sit down and eat a chunk of cheese.
See, what do you put on mashed potatoes? Cheese, butter...
Chives. You can do bacon.
Keep adding.
It's a lot of other things.
Stuff to get rid of the taste of mashed potatoes.
No, it's not to get rid of the taste.
Mashed potatoes is
it's
a plate.
a really good conduit for these things.
What it is mashed potatoes is a plate for not condiments, but things that you would normally just put on other food. Like it's a plate for good stuff.
I would look at it like a piece of bread. Like, do you just
that's
eat
a lot
bread?
better bread with all that on it.
But it's just different like textures and stuff like that. Do you have a problem with the texture of
No, I
mashed
just don't like
potatoes?
the taste of it. It's so bland.
Bland is not a taste. Just not like a vacancy of taste.
Ask Trombley. He loves vanilla.
Vanilla's a good flavor.
It's so vanilla.
What do you mean? Vanilla's a lot better than what people give it credit
That
for.
should have been his other question. Do you like what's your favorite ice cream?
Jesus. Vanilla? Oh, you're talking about ice cream.
Yeah.
That's still good.
No,
I mean,
it
it's not
isn't.
as good as like
It's-
vanilla, the flavoring.
No, he's talking about his favorite ice cream. I just think it's funny that his favorite ice cream flavor is vanilla. It's like, that isn't even like a flavor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it's good with stuff on it too. You can make it however you want.
Ice cream.
How do you
just
like
have to-
pizza? Do you like cheese pizza at all?
Yeah, I do.
Well, because cheese pizza sucks without other stuff on it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, cheese
It's
pizza's
so
delicious.
Bland. So bland. Ugh.
Give me another example. You can't stop
it's
me.
just it's like a big
Do you like cheese bread?
cheese.
I love
cheese bread is way better because
Cheese
there's a
bread
better
is
thickness
delicious.
to it. Cheese pizza is like a big Italian dunker.
Dude, oh my god, I love
Italian
Italian
dunkers, right?
Oh my god.
That's
School,
my one.
I've been trying to duplicate Italian dunkers from when I had it at school, and I can't. You don't understand how many Pinterest recipes Cindy and
None
I
of
have
them are like that?
They don't. I can't duplicate it because like the bread they used was so squishy, like that Italian bread. I can't find loaves like that, and then I can't get the seasoning right on top of it. Hey, if any of you guys know what I'm talking about, the school lunch Italian dunkers, and you know the recipe, send it to our email, please, because I
Is that what it should be?
tweet us.
School lunch Italian dunkers.
I
think the trick is that we need to like become lunch ladies at a school and just learn it.
Okay, this is really sad.
And then quit after that day.
I loved the square pizza.
Yeah,
I loved
those
that
taste
pizza.
so much better. That
They
stuff
were
is so good.
And
Maybe it's a Minnesota thing. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, those were so good. I loved lunch in elementary, but then
Did you not like their mashed potatoes?
I never ate fucking mashed potatoes. But then when we got to high school, our school got Papa John's for pizza, which I was actually disappointed with. I liked the square pizza.
Yeah.
But we still had Italian dunkers. And Italian dunker day, I quadrupled I got 3 Italian dunkers on those days. Yeah.
No, those were good days.
See where you got us going, Trombley, on this mashed potato talk. Anyways, mashed potatoes, gross. What's your favorite drink? Non-alcoholic drink.
That. Mashed potatoes. How about we just go thumbs up, thumb down? I'm gonna say mashed potatoes, thumbs up.
Far thumbs down.
Far?
It's really.
Just
I would put
surprised me
broccoli below it, but broccoli's disgusting.
What?
Cauliflower.
Your mom would be so disappointed.
No, I've never eaten broccoli. Broccoli is disgusting. I can't eat anything that had like broccoli on it. I could taste the broccoli fluid juices on it. Ugh.
I'm just glad that I'm not a kid anymore, because Adam was kind of like half the oldest cousin. Whenever he's like, I don't like this,
you guys all
of us cousins would be like, I don't like this either.
Yeah, to this day, I think Jake doesn't eat onions, and I love onions now. And pickles, I think somebody. I don't
remember any of the stuff, but yeah, you would just be like, I remember my mom going like, why don't you like fruit cups? Because Adam doesn't like them. It was like with the little like cherries and stuff. Like I didn't like those for a while because you didn't like them.
Oh, to this day, I think Jake still doesn't drink pop, and like his whole family doesn't drink pop because I didn't drink pop for track, because track and soccer. I was like, I'm done drinking pop. I drink pop right now. I drink not very often actually. I have maybe a couple handful of times a week if I have pop. McDonald's pop, though, is delicious.
What?
Diet Coke.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, they actually do have a...
It's not very good either.
They have a deal with Coke. They have a different kind. I think it's how the syrup or something goes in, whatever. They put actual cocaine in it, is what it is. That's why I like it so much.
Not. I've had real cocaine.
Lowery, you're not supposed to say that.
Just kidding. I haven't. I've had the real coca leaves. Like coca leaves.
Okay, so what's your favorite non-alcoholic beverage?
You know, I was supposed to be thinking about this because we brought it up right before the podcast, and I don't know. So you can go first. Is it Diet Coke?
My favorite would be... I have kind of two. My drink I get up first thing in the morning, I'm excited to get because I don't eat anything until noon. So this helps me get through it, is Rockstars. The orange Rockstars, 10 calories, whatever.
You do like those.
I have at least one of those a day.
You have one sitting in my fridge right now.
Yep, and that's going to be my second one because of the drive home. But I would have to say my favorite drink that after I drink it, I'm just like, is milk. I love.
Yeah, milk is really good.
Sometimes I'll even just have like a peanut butter sandwich just so I can really chug the milk because it tastes.
Do you know how we're from the Midwest? Because we're talking about milk. We're out in California and we'd be like, my favorite non-alcoholic drink is probably kale. Just kidding. I like kale too. We got kale in our garden, but just not as a drink.
No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I've never had kale.
Are you going to take my corn?
Yeah, I'm taking your corn. Hey, it's corn he's giving me. Cucumbers.
We have so many cukes. It's crazy.
Makes it seem like you guys are in the middle of a freaking 2 million population city.
Yeah.
So milk is my jam.
Milk is there.
Funny story about milk really quick. This last week, I dropped the boys off at daycare, and then
milk.
No, they had their milk in their sippy cups. I put those in my lunch cooler to keep them cool, but it was still warm enough out, and I think Zeke's was towards the top. And so then when Cindy came she went to go get the boys so I could work at the house longer, building our house. She got the boys, got them in the car seat. Zeke's chugging his milk. They get like just down the street from the house, and he just puked everywhere. Oh. And then Cindy got the bottle and opened it and smelled sour. Yeah. So they drove 40 minutes to where we're staying right now at Cindy's parents' house. With just Cindy was covered in puke, Zeke was covered in milk puke.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
he doesn't even eat that much anyway.
No, it was just all milk that came out. Yeah, she looked back at him because he made a spit up sound. She's like, Zeke, are you okay? And he just goes, and just shot out. All right, so what's your favorite?
I really like milk, and I really like
baby puking up milk.
No, not that. That kind of milk. That puke's gross. But whole milk. Now that my son is drinking whole milk, and that's the only thing we have in the house. It's like, well, this is pretty good.
Oh man, that's thick now.
Yeah.
Once you get them down to 2% and 1%, then you're back down. That's what I drink is 1%. Now when I
used to drink skim. I don't think I'm going back.
Really?
Just stick with whole milk.
Well, because then they eventually got to go down to 2 and then 1.
I don't have to.
Yeah,
my son's a skinny.
Yeah, he is a skinny. I was gonna say you don't want him to get too big, but yeah, he's a skinny boy.
As in tall, he's fitting into 3-year-old's clothes, and he's almost 2.
Yeah, we haven't even been able to give you some of our 3-year-old.
He's
stuff
the size of Zeke.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper as a pop.
You have nothing you crave? Milk is your crave, or it's
no? I don't crave anything other than beer. But O'Doul's isn't going to be on that list.
It's non-alcoholic.
I know, but it sounds awful.
What if they did flavor like different Oktoberfest O'Doul's, sour duels?
Nah, I don't think I could do any of that stuff. Yeah, I don't. And craving beer is something, I don't know. I like water. I'm a pretty bland person. Maybe that's why I like mashed potatoes.
Such a lame.
Actually, I don't even like mashed potatoes. That's because it's so many carbs. I'm a fat guy. I can't just have that willy nilly. I like Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are like.
See, I don't like Pop-Tarts.
That's okay. I only like one type of Pop-Tart.
Why is that okay?
I am accepting you not liking Pop-Tarts.
And how can you not accept me not liking Pop-Tarts, but mashed potatoes? Why? I don't get, because it's you and Jeremy did this too, and it's like, I don't get why this is somebody has to like this type of thing, because that doesn't make sense to me. It's like,
I feel like you're not American enough if you don't like mashed potatoes, but Pop-Tarts are like...
Where's America? Is that you don't like America, you can get out!
How about you just move to...
This isn't
not
gonna work.
This side of the country, like world. I don't know where you can go. Every place has potatoes. It's like a staple food. Maybe that's what I'm saying. It's a staple food.
So is seafood. Seafood is disgusting. No. I have not stepped food.
Seafood is not like a middle of the country thing. Like, you got to have that shit flown in, or else it's not really a thing. Like, you go...
Tater tot hot dish is a middle of the country thing.
That's a casserole thing.
that's a thing.
That's hot dish.
Tater tot hot dish.
Yeah. Tater tot hot dish. That's what I'm saying. Like, potatoes are... at least, North America, Central America, South America. Like in Peru, they have like 300 different types of potatoes, and they're really, really good.
That sucks for them.
No, they have. They're way better at it than Ireland at this point. No, all different flavors, all different tastes. They'll have like layered mashed potato meals, and they're just good.
Ugh.
They're really, really good.
I'm got to make a note not to visit there, because that sounds horrible. That's actually, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but visiting a lot of other countries is harder for me because I am a very picky eater.
Yeah, no, you're the one that went to want McDonald's in France.
Yeah, that's what I say. I was in France, and France, all it was like their meals was all cheese, and I don't know, it just was not what I'm used to, and it was hard for me to eat there because I am a very picky eater. But I live off of peanut butter and jelly. That's my diddle jam. But yeah, not mashed potatoes. They're disgusting. I love French fries. I love potato chips. Mashed potatoes are gross. All right, that's the end of this episode.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sorry that my taste buds don't like them, Lowery. And people are probably already sick of this. Like, okay, we get it, Adam. You don't like mashed potatoes. We get it, Lowery.
You can't say something you don't like the taste of it when you're like, it's so bland. It's just like a vacancy of flavor. I could understand, but you can't say that you dislike the flavor of nothing. Can't be like, I hate the flavor of air.
So you're agreeing that it has no taste?
I'm saying that it just doesn't matter. You can have.
So then I'll just drink water if it's the same thing. It has no taste. Because it's what's the point of eating that? Why don't you eat something else that actually has flavor? I like flavor.
I don't know if you do.
That doesn't even make sense. You're telling me how can you not like something because it doesn't have a taste?
Everybody.
Such a douche. All right, we are going to end it because we are at an hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, that stupid anal question sucks.
ANL questions.
ANL questions was the other one we came up with?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. That'll do it for this week. We will see you guys next week with a special guest and with the full spoilers of Throne of Elder.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Mashed potatoes.
You're a douche.